Hey, this is Repen, and welcome back to Lucuna.
A cool breeze cut into the train cart and through the haze of fatigue when the doors opened. I considered visiting Kat, suddenly feeling an urge to inhale the woody, slightly dusty air in our old apartment. Kat had filled it with what she affectionately called real things. She loved leather, cloth, paper, and plants, and hated the clean metallic surfaces at my apartment. Sometimes I did too.
Those paper, plants, and things like that, they can be very tactile. Makes you feel like you're back with nature. It's very feng shui, right? If you live in a city like this, it's sometimes hard to get to, nature, look up at the sky and the stars, and that kind of thing. Every once in a while, you should get out and about. Make a trip of it. I always love those long drives. Oh, and there's Catherine. Oh, hi, Neil. What are you doing here? I just wanted to say hello. This one sounds like we're trying to get back to her, right? We're done with our mission. The hard stuff's over with, and the reason why we probably broke up is because we were married to our job instead of really putting in the work to make the relationship work, right? I mean, we're civil with each other now, so. And Laura, if we look up at her, she seems asleep, and it's probably either she's taking a nap or it's really nighttime out. I can't really tell, but let's talk about her. Women always like that, you know? Really? Who are you? Unexpected, right? It's nice to see you too. Sorry, I'm just surprised. You want coffee? No thanks, I'm actually headed to bed. I'm just coming back from work, it's been a long night. Oh, that's rough. Wait, didn't have anything to do with that shooting that's all over the news right now, did you? Actually, I did. But it's practically over by the time I got there. Oh my god, are you okay? They wouldn't have let me go if I caught a bullet. You don't say. I mean, are you emotionally okay? Was I ever? Okay, I get it. You don't want to talk about it. Oh man. I don't know, when you're in a relationship like that, it's very tough to find somebody who's actually okay with that kind of stuff. And when you pull away and you distance yourself, they feel left out as well. It's hard to say what is the correct way to do things in that type of relationship. You know, with anybody who's a first responder type. No, that's fine. Sorry, I'm okay. Thanks for asking. What was that whole thing about? Nobody seems to know yet. It's classified Benny was killed. I can't tell you. Do we give her the gossip, or we can't tell her? I'm gonna say classified. Benny's dead. He was killed last night. The shooting this morning was us confronting a suspect. No, tell me you're joking. I'm not. I don't know much more right now. It's an ongoing investigation. You cannot talk to anyone else about it, okay? Of course. Shit, Neil, what if Drovia retaliates? I mean, I understand that they wanted their independence and all, but if our investigation goes well, we'll have some results soon that will help de-escalate the situation. You're not blaming yourself and your unit for this, are you? It sounds like we're blaming ourselves. I'm sure you did everything to protect Penny. There's always a remaining risk. That's just how it is. To be perfectly honest, I don't think they did everything they could. They just left it to chance, in my opinion. Not enough guards, not enough people telling them to do the right thing. Neil, I'm so sorry. I really got to go. But there wouldn't be a story if shit didn't go wrong, right? I have to catch the next train if I don't want to be late for work. But if you still want to talk tonight, we can grab a drink. I'll have to head right back to HQ as soon as I'm no longer a sleep-deprived zombie. But I'd like that, once things have calmed down a little. I've got to run now. Hold on, one more thing. Laura wants to go to a party at one of her classmates' places tonight. I'm not sure if I should let her. She's only 14. But I feel like she has a hard time connecting with her peers, so this could be a good thing. What do you think? Ah, man. What kind of party? Ask more questions. Alright? You gotta get the details and the bits. Is it a girls only party? Is it a boys and girls party? Right? I mean, at the very beginning of the story, right, we had two teenager-like people, I want to say. Probably in high school that went through a very hard situation together and they got married and they died old, right? That's always a possibility. They might find the one that they were meant to be with in high school, but that's like super, super rare. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, everybody wants that fairy tale ending, but a girl who doesn't have a father in life, you know? Do we tell her, hey, don't stay cooped up in the house, or go enjoy life and come back, you know? I'm gonna tell her, let's let her go, right? Let her have some fun. Laura's very mature for her age. I'm sure she'll take care of herself. Yeah, you're probably right. I shouldn't be so anxious. See you, Neil. Please don't get yourself shot. I mean, our girl, right? She studies, she writes books, apparently, right? She was already cooped up in the house already to begin with, so let's tell her to get out a bit, right? Go have some fun. Even me, like an introvert who gets dragged to the clubs by his friend. I personally, you have to go at least once. Hey, wait a minute, Antone, huh? I know you. You're the guy who came to our flat yesterday. You told that old scumbag to leave my sister alone. I did. That was really nice of you, man. Didn't think you uppers would help out a Saviant. Oh. She left this morning, chasing her dream. Glad I could help. I have to get home now. Have a nice day. Sure. Bawatana's blessing, man. Thanks, you too. Alright, let's go home. We should buy some cigarettes first, though. Even though I think you shouldn't smoke. Don't smoke. It's bad for you. Alright.
I got into the elevator and leaned against a wall. I was so tired in that moment that my reflex of emotional repression whenever I saw Kat didn't seem to work anymore. It hit me with an unusual clarity that, even a decade after it had ended, I hadn't ever fully let go of her. I wasn't sure what to make of it, whether to be happy or to finally push myself to it. I concluded that I would probably just go back to repressing it altogether.
Because that's the most healthiest thing to do, my friend. Okay. Hey, there's Horace, our horned lizard here. How's it going? Last time we fed Horace. Let's just give him a pet. We should probably feed him, though. Aw, he's so cute. Can we feed him at least? You know, it's been a while since we fed him. Maybe yesterday? I think we picked up a little news, so let's go ahead and look at that. Excuse me. The Giants Are Talking. The Centrist by Gustavo Trample. While everybody's eyes were trained on Banny and the Roberston at the Trading Summit's first day, a few other notable discussions were going on in the background. Most notably, the mining giants, Dan Kim from Millex and Abbott Dyson from Dyson Enterprises, got together in person for the first time in their lives. The relationship is tense while Dyson extracts the majority of Drovia's tellurium. Its profits are severely undercut by its status as a colonial entity. By contrast, Millex is not only able to sell its ores directly to places like Fumas and New Jordan, but it also buys up tellurium from companies like Dyson to resell it at a higher price. The ore prices Gara pays us have not changed in a long time, while costs steadily increased. Dyson complained in a recent interview with the Drovian Trade Journal. At this rate, we won't be able to turn any profit at all in a few years. Millex CEO Kim assured that his company would critically examine the situation, but added that the margins are not that big. The idea that we exploit other mining companies based in Drovia is not based in reality. Whether anything will change between the two companies remains to be seen, however thin they want us to believe. Believe their margins to be. It is important to keep in mind that both CEOs are billionaires with a history of underpaying their workers, cutting corners, and initiating mass layoffs whenever their companies have faced financial problems in the past. I mean, everybody wants to rag on the bigger businesses and how much money they make, but we have to think of this company in like, how to explain it, like at a bigger scale is the best way to explain it, because we're talking like interplanetary commerce, right? Now, the whole world is worth trillions and trillions of dollars, right? Just this world alone. But when you're adding like multiple planets that have colonies on them, and then the ability to transport and ferry resources between planets, I think billions doesn't really cut it here, right? I'm surprised they're not trillionaires, right? At this point, that doesn't make any sense to me. Should they be paying their workers a higher wage? I think people don't really understand business, in my opinion, to what they should. And this reselling of the tellurium is interesting because would that tellurium ever make it to its destination if a person didn't buy it and sell it, kind of like a store shelf, like a Walmart or something like that, you know? The company that mines it doesn't go out and sell it themselves, you know, directly, like wholesale. Usually they have some kind of person logistics-wise goes out and sells it to the people that want it, you know, that's their business. But unless like the company is just buying up every single piece of the tellurium and then jacking up the price, you know, that's a problem. That's not free market at all. Can we take a shower? No, okay, maybe. We just go to bed in our clothes that we wore yesterday. Let's get some sleepwear, man.
Waking up in the early evening was disorienting. I sat up on my bed and allowed the memories from the previous night to pour back in. Banny's body, the hotel, Lila, the shootout. I tried to put it all in an order that made sense and got on my way back to work. A hint of the good mood that had overcome me outside of the villa returned. Once again, it stemmed from what had made me join the CDI many years ago. The feeling of doing something instead of taking a back seat and waiting for death. There was a time when a lack of purpose threatened to consume me, lurking underneath meaningless daily routines and self-doubt sabotaging everything I did. Walking among the people outside, I felt even more alienated than usual. It was like they lived in another reality. Many were just getting out of work, looking to do some shopping, meet a friend, have a drink. Maybe I would find my way back to that reality one day. I wanted to, yet at the same time hated the thought of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. When you get to that that point where you're dealing with so much stress, it feels like you can disconnect from your body a bit. Just people don't understand the situation you're in, you know. They leave idyllic lives sometimes. You know, everybody has their own problems, but the amount of stress that those people kind of face, unless you're like in the business with them, you don't really understand what they're going through. And even then, you sometimes don't even want to talk with those type of people because you just want to get away from them. Isolates you. So we're supposed to get to, I believe, yeah, get to the train here. So let's do that and get back to HQ. Job well done, right? I think I saw like a band over here at one time, and I missed them, but that's okay. I'm sure there's like hidden collectibles and things like that. Nope. The game's taking control. What's going on? What the? Why did you just pan? Hello, fellow citizens. Oh shit. We are the liberators, defenders of the progress, freedom, and reason. These values have been integral to our society for centuries. Maybe some hacker? But lately they have increasingly come under threat. Religious radicals calling themselves the Savient Front are aiming to establish a theocratic government on Drovia. The Savient faith is based on superstition and rejects science, to the point where it endangers the lives of everyone under its thumb. We all saw 4 decades ago today what happens when a Savient state is left to its own devices. We can't let history repeat itself. I mean, they seem like peaceful people to me. We demand President Robertson and this madness to stop. Put a stop to all independent talks and reinstate full Guardian rule. We remove the radical Savient Joseph Banny to get it started. If you do not implement measures to meet our demands, more Savient lives will be spared to protect our collective future. The Savient population in Gara will be taken hostage. What the? You called them extremists, but this seems pretty extreme. Until the Guardian population in Drovia is guaranteed its freedom, we must stand up for them if our government won't. Await our next move within 48 hours. It won't be as silent as the first one. You killing that dignitary? What? Conrad, did you see that? Yeah. It was on all screens across the city. Come to HQ immediately. Okay, so much for the quiet life. Well shit, I guess it's not over. Son of a bitch. I just want to check where we are. Okay. Oh, who's that? Gary, what are you doing out here? Thinking. Strange how the city looks the same as always, as if nothing happened. That's a good thing, right? Fucking liberators. Ridiculous name. From whom are they liberating us? From a handful of superstitious lowers? Pathetic bullshit. Every single institution on this planet upholds the freedom of our people and their values. It's not like we're letting some religious fanatics take over the solar system. Somehow we didn't know anything about those fuckers before anybody else does. One more thing we missed. At least we booked a sniper and his associate. They're both being interrogated downstairs. So far, they're not very cooperative. Do we at least know who they are? We scanned them. The sniper's a complete ghost. He's got a fake ID right before he checked into the hotel. The other guy is a businessman from Drovia. His name is Abraham Gonzalez. He's the CEO of a company called Power Up. They manufacture titanium-based batteries. Both the guy and his company seem harmless. No criminal record. Strange. Why would someone from Drovia help an anti-Drovian terror organization? No idea. What about the woman? Any updates on her? Nothing so far. But we do have another lead. Saito is trying to find out where the announcement was broadcasted from earlier. The most important lead are those two douchebags in our basement. You have a way with words, Conrad. Get down there and see if you can get them to talk. Will do. Did we secure that drive the sniper tried to hand over? Yeah. And what's on it? About that. The chief said the Attorney General seized it. She said she has to evaluate if we have the required clearance level. The AG, are you kidding me? That's a crucial piece of evidence. We need it. I suppose they'll let us in on it soon. There's no time to waste. We have to assume the next attack is less than 48 hours away. They perhaps know what they're doing. Of course. You think? Let it go, Conrad. Go talk to the chief yourself if you have a problem. And one more thing. There's an article about Gonzalez's company in the news today. You might want to download it and have a look. I think we did that already. To download news, I think you come over here. Or, no, it's upstairs and then to the left. Yep, over there. So, he said look at the news. This is the one that I think it was about, right? But this one is about Power Up. It's no secret that Drovia-based Power Up, one of the planet's most important battery producers, has been facing monetary difficulties for several months now. Technological developments over the last 3 years made titanium the most efficient material to build high-performance batteries, overtaking lithium and others by far when it comes to battery life and weight. However, since Drovia is a Garian colony with no economic autonomy, Power Up doesn't have the right to buy its titanium directly from the mining companies based on Drovia. They later are forced to sell the resources to Gara, which in turn sells the titanium to all companies processing the material, including those on Drovia. In light of this development, it has become increasingly difficult for non-Garian companies to keep its prices competitive. This has put Power Up, like many others, in an increasingly difficult spot. It did not come as a surprise, therefore, when its CEO and founder, Abraham Gonzalez, publicly supported the cause of the Drovian fight for independence last week. As a representative of the Association of Drovian Electric Companies, he accompanied Minister Bani on his business trip to Gara to defend the interests of his industry during the discussion between Drovia and Gara. So a lithium company is trying to take out lithium miners. Or lithium taking out titanium, right? Is that what's going on? Just some businesses going, hey, last resort kind of deal shit. I mean, corporate espionage, assassination. Still trying to find out where that broadcast came from. Looks like our chief is right there. So let's go upstairs. There's like people all over this place. Alright. And you can rest assured that we know what we are doing. I didn't question that. But that data is one of the most important pieces of evidence we have right now. The Liberators said that their next attack will take place in 48 hours. That's pretty damn soon. We really need to take into account everything we've got if we want to catch those guys in time. I already told you that the contents of that stick won't help you find them. How can you say that? Having a better idea of your enemy's motivation is always important. You know that. You yourself were director of the CDI for over a decade. Liam, please, I've got a lot on my plate right now. I don't have time to discuss this over and over again. The data is about something that happened during your time at the CDI, isn't it? What are you talking about? I looked at my cell's history and saw which folder that woman navigated to. I don't have access rights, but I'd really like to know what is in there. There was a lot going on in 1800. Let me be very clear, Liam. I can't work with a chief who doesn't trust my judgment and questions my orders. Oh, damn. She said, back the fuck off or you're getting canned right here and now. Oof. Oh, damn. That's some fucking heavy-handed shit right there. And she's the AG, which is the Attorney General, kind of like the government's arm that persecutes any crimes and things like that. Its job is to protect the government, or at least whoever's in power currently. We've been doing this for a long time, Amelia. I deeply respect everything you have done for the Garian state. But as CDI chief, I see it as my duty to protect all Garian citizens. I'm sure that it's in your best interest as well. It may not be in her best interest if whatever is on that file incriminates her, right? She's in politics now, and not really for organizations like the executive branch of the United States should be apolitical, as in they shouldn't be working for politics. They should be just working for the good of the interest of the country that they're working for, right? The United States. So outside of politics, inside of politics, right? I don't have time for this now. I'll let you know what the next steps are going to be. Look at her. Good evening, Agent. Well, she's stonewalling us. Fuck. 48 hours really isn't a long time at all. Good evening, Chief. Excuse me. Agent Conrad, how can I help you? What's the AG doing here? About that data. Let's get straight to the point. About that data on the storage module, Gary told me we didn't have access to it yet. Yeah, that's correct. That makes no sense. I mean, honestly, I don't understand why parts of the puzzle are being kept from us. It makes no sense. I agree. I mean, unless our government is trying to cover up this kind of like black flag operation to... Because the Garian government wants full and complete control over its citizens. I mean, at least the people in power, right? They dictate what the policies are, the current objectives, that kind of thing, right? So if she's hiding that kind of information, like maybe that's why. Listen, Conrad, I'm currently trying to find out what that data is about and why we don't get access. Don't you have a suspicion, at least? You know what was on your cell when it was accessed. The data was on the CDI network, and apparently was something I don't normally have access to. So I know what exactly we're looking at. I'd like to ask you to respect the chain of command. So, the way that secret or classified materials works is that unless you have a reason to know what's behind that classification, you won't be able to get access to it. You could have like a top secret clearance and still not be able to access some materials if you're not directly related to what's required in that information, right? You could be the president of the United States, but you don't need to know about nuclear secrets, right? Like how things work and things like that, like the technology behind them, right? Unless it really affects how you need to make a decision about that thing, then you can't look at what that is, right? The information is compartmentalized to protect the state. I'm getting an important call in a second. We can talk later. Alright. Go to the basement. Oh, that's the first. So what's in the dungeon? Okay, we got like a little convenience stand, a bar here, a cafe. Alright, that's cool. Security camera. Hey, Holloway, I've been told that our guests are eagerly awaiting me. They sure are. I guess you talked to Gonzalez first. You should talk to Gonzalez first. It's the usual rich guy crap with him. He's going to be surrounded by lawyers in a few hours. At that point, it's going to be hard to get any more out of him. Oh, for fuck's sake, why is it that people can just buy their way out of here? We're lucky he's from Jovia, so he doesn't have a lawyer here yet. But he does have a Jovian lawyer on the line right now. He's going to annoy the hell out of you. He's somewhere in space and has a communication delay about 30 seconds from what I understand. So you want answers, you better have a strategy to make him talk quickly. Because you can be sure that the lawyer is going to shoot your questions down once they reach his ears. He's also going to call you on your bluff, so be careful. Got it, thanks. Saito did some digging and compiled a number of documents that could be useful for your interrogation. First, he gathered some basic information on Gonzalez. He put it on the pinboard over there. You can take a look at it with your AR module. Second, he pulled a list with the incoming and outgoing calls from Gonzalez's phone. I'll send that to your cell. So we're interrogating this guy for information, right? Anything that he's willing to spill the beans on. Try to like finagle and finesse him. I'll send that to your cell and give it a read. If you have any more evidence that incriminates our guy, go over it before you go in. Now, if you're in this guy's shoe, you're best not saying anything, right, at all. You're welcome. Let me know when you're ready. Because everything can and will be used against you in court, right? You have to let your lawyer say, hey, you have to respond to that, or no, you don't. So it's best to wait for your lawyer to be in person there, to give you, not exactly coach you per se, but to make sure you don't like step on a landmine. Let's see. Enhancement updates body beyond. Dear Mr. Conrad, an update is for your following body enhancements. Eyes plus, thighs plus, chest plus. What? Please make sure to download and install the latest firmware from your website within the next 10 days. The Beyond Body. Huh. What? Call records. Okay, so we have a bunch of calls from these strange numbering. This one's anonymous at 2300 and it's 11 o'clock. And then we had one in the morning from this number. This one's the same, so he had an incoming call and then he called him right back after, let's see, this is 10 o'clock and then they called each other back again on the same day. Well, he called them at 10, so like a 12-hour difference. This anonymous number, outgoing, he called them. The anonymous number called them back here. And then these are unrelated at all. And this one's unrelated to incoming. So the things that we're interested in are these anonymous numbers and this number here where they called back and forth between each other on the first. Right? This anonymous number, they called them, and then 2 days later, the anonymous number called them back. Okay. I just want to walk over here. So we're going to go into the interrogation room. We got a camera watching his every movement. Alright. So are you ready? As ready as we can be. Not sure what you gave me on this guy, but I am. Alright, I'll unlock the door. Good luck. Hello, Mr. Gonzalez. I'm Agent Conrad. Usually there's people behind the screen right here, and they're kind of like, how I explain it, watching his every move, right? Looking at his body movements, looking at things he say. We come out and in and out of the room, and then we kind of like huddle up, we talk, say, hey, what did you think, right? And then, hey, why don't you ask him about this? I'm Agent Conrad. I already talked to your colleagues. I didn't do anything illegal. You don't have a right to keep me here. I'm a citizen of Drovia, and you have no evidence against me. Look at this guy. The guy has no neck. We could keep you here for 24 hours even if we didn't have evidence, but we do. Let's start with your associate. What do you know about Boyd and the data he brought you? He's not my associate. I didn't even know he was called Boyd. Listen, Mr. Gonzalez. You can bluff him and say you'll be acquitted if you talk. I know you had a call with him last night. I know you met him before. Ooh. Now, a cop can lie to you. It's a myth that they can't lie to you. And this guy isn't a cop either, right? He works for the government. I mean, technically, a state cop works with the state government, but, like, he's federal, right? He's a central government. So, do we know that he had a call with him last night and says... The lawyer, 30 seconds later, will say, hey, no, you probably won't be acquitted if you talk. The lawyer will tell us, hey, don't... With the 30-second delay, if I say this now, we have 30 seconds later, and then I think the lawyer will try to... I mean, if we'd say this, would the lawyer try to make a deal with us if this guy talks? It's hard to say. I mean, we're trying to get him to incriminate himself. The only way you'll be acquitted if you talk is if you make a deal, right? And we don't have that authority to make a deal, right? Only our chief, maybe the attorney general, would have that ability to make that deal, right? So let's go with one of these options, I think. I know you had a call with him last night. I know you met him before. I think that was... I know the two of you met before. What? I never saw the guy before this morning. I only came to this planet 2 days ago, and I've been having business meetings pretty much non-stop. Can you prove that? I have plenty of witnesses. You can ask my business partners. We will. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We caught you meeting Boyd this morning. That's enough evidence to connect the two of you. Good evening, Agent Conrad. My name is Jim Miller. I am Mr. Gonzalez's lawyer. Nice to meet you. A team of legal professionals is on its way to advise my client. Till then, he won't answer any of your questions. Did you act on anyone's orders? You heard my lawyer. I'm not supposed to talk to you before my legal team arrives. Listen, Mr. Gonzalez, I've heard that. Your company needs Drovian Tilium. Your company needs Garian Lithium. You'll be acquitted if you talk again. It's the third time this has come up. Do we bluff him out? It seems like they're gonna stonewall us if we pick these options, right? Do we try to rile them up a bit? I mean, that's the best way to get somebody to talk, right? Get them to blow their top and blow their cool. And to kind of rant, right? Be angry, to lose rational control of themselves. If they want them to spill like their guts, either get on their side or make them angry. I don't think it's time to bluff yet, though. But I think it's his company needs Garian lithium, right? Your company needs Garian lithium. You realize you're helping terrorists that are making it harder for Gara and Drovia to maintain a good relationship. I think he knows for sure. This could only have an adverse impact on its availability and prices of Garian raw materials. So aren't you shooting yourself in the foot here? Actually, nobody uses lithium for batteries anymore. It's all about Tilium now. Mr. Gonzalez, I urge you to stop answering questions before your legal team arrives. You're complicating things for yourself and for us. My God, calm down. It's not like I've said anything that incriminates me. But he's right. I'll wait for my legal team to arrive. Fine. Maybe we didn't do it, huh? Maybe we should have bluffed him. Oh. Yeah, we couldn't get anything out of him. Leave me alone. So how did it go? He doesn't seem to know much, which in itself is interesting. That's more than nothing. Good luck with the other one. He's a tough nut to crack. Hasn't said a single word yet. Not sure if he has an emotional reaction to anything. We know nothing about the guy. He's a complete ghost. You have any evidence that could be useful, though? You should go over it before you talk to him. I mean, this guy could be a scapegoat. Let me know when you're ready. Abraham Richard Gonzalez. He is Savient, Drovia Sector 1, degrees in engineering at New Jordan Elite University. College for Engineering and Business. Trainee on Drovia, Foundation of Power Up. DE grant for young founders. CEO of Power Up. Actually, I kind of want to look at the... what button was it again? Oh, this one, right? The news, Power Up batteries. One of the planet's most important battery producers. Power Up doesn't have the right to buy its lithium directly for the mining companies based on Drovia. Let's see. Alright, this is oh, we're back in already. So you ready? I mean, I don't think I'm doing this interrogation great at all. Alright, unlock the door, good luck. I mean, there's so many more questions that I would like to ask this guy. Leave me alone. What? Did I press no by accident? Hope we're getting something useful out of him. Oh, this guy over here. No, this is our ghost. Hello, Mr. Boyd. Do you have a last name? Or is that your last name? Alright, Mr. Boyd, then. I'm Agent Conrad. You made quite a mess out there. Shooting Joseph Banny put you at the top of our most wanted list overnight. Your friends just announced their next biggest project, and you're uniquely qualified to help us get ahead of it. What do you know about the Liberator's plan? Okay, how about this? Let's ask about Zora. What's Zora's role in all this? Zora? That's right, Zora, the woman you met last night. I don't know any Zora. Oh, he's starting to talk now. He's probably wondering what happened to Zora, right? But I know you do. Did you ever meet last night before? Why did you take that data stick from her? It might be too direct, right? He might shut up from there. It's like, why would I tell you why I took that data stick from you? And did you ever meet her before last night? Did you ever meet before last night? Okay, I don't have time for this right now. Let's continue our conversation soon. Yeah, he wasn't gonna talk to us anyway. I don't think. Talk to Saito. Okay. Just gotta figure out where Saito is. Is he over here? Yeah. Evening, Neil. Hey, Saito, how does it going? I'm not going to lie, that video was a little upsetting. I mean, I know that my religion is strange to some people in Gara, but an anti-Sabian terror group, that's something else. Should I be worried about wearing my scarf in public now? Oh, so wait, huh? I thought they were... Okay, that is a tide, right? I think those people are idiots. I'm sure the vast majority of Garians agree with me. I know. Hey, I also have some good news. I found out where the Liberators video was broadcast from. It's called a company called AdSpot. They own most of the billboards in the city. You want an ad played, you go to them. I took a shot in the dark and checked ongoing police operations in the center. What do you know, someone at AdSpot made an emergency call last night. Apparently, an intruder forced their way into the server room and gained access to a computer. We made contact with the local police department. They sent 2 officers who secured the scene and are waiting for you to come have a look. Fast as lightning, Saito. Great work. Well done, Conrad, and I will go to AdSpot and have a look around. We really need to get ahead of this one and prevent another attack. Why don't you follow up on some leads while we're gone? Trace the perp's payment to the hotel as well as the mysterious transactions to the escort. Maybe we could find out where the sniper's accomplice got her face changed. There's a lot of our plate, right? Conrad, I'm taking off from the roof. Want to hitch a ride? You know I don't. It's worth a try. Meet you at AdSpot then. I need some fresh air. I'll come with you, Gary. What's our deal about flying cars, right? It's just like a plane, a helicopter even, right? It's gotta be safer than a helicopter. I mean, there's a lot more flying cars around. There may be, what's the word? Automated, right? It's like, I don't know. Alright, let's get on the train. I'm asking so many questions and there's so many non-answers. Because I'm just... Because the game won't tell me.
During the train ride, every screen in the city had been playing news reports about the Liberators' announcement. They were the first violent domestic terror group with a political motive in recent Garian history. But there was something else that struck me about them. This wasn't the usual MO of a conservative group trying to maintain the status quo. It felt much more like revolutionaries hoping to effect change by resorting to drastic measures.
And that's where we'll leave off until the next time. See you guys later. Bye.